Yeah, so that Tattva Bhava, Hema was asking that question. Tattvam, it's double ta, double T, not ta. What is that? Double ta. So Tattva. Tattva is that.
Yeah.
Tasya
That
bhava,
like
Tattva.
like astitvam, this is tattvam. That is what? Astitvam, like that. Tattvam.
Yeah, but in Astitvam, there is only one ta. There is no double ta.
No. That is because this is tattva already has a halantata, no?
Okay.
No, that part I didn't understand why there is the double this thing. That part I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Tat iti bhavaha. Tattvam.
Better tasya bhava.
Tasya bhavaha.
Shashti Tatpurusha Samas.
Jaykumarji, like that in sannyasam also there is a double ardhanakaras.
Other rule, grammar rule.
Yeah. So what about sannyasa? There, see, samyak nyasaha, sampurvaka nyasaha. That the makara becomes anuswara, anuswara becomes nakara, I think. That's how it works. So therefore, it is sannyasa.
Anunasika sandhi becomes.
Anunasika sandhi.
No?
Anunasika sandhi.
Nakara.
Yes.
So it becomes nakara, right? Before a na, it becomes na.
So anunasika.
Samnyasika.
Right. So therefore, you should not put that, what do you call that? The dot is called what? I'm forgetting it now.
Bindu.
Not bindu.
Anuswara.
Anuswara. Okay.
Anuswara.
So that anuswara you can't put.
Yeah.
You have to put anunasika.
Right. Okay, any other questions?
Guruji, here bhavaha, it is alinga rahita, right? All indicators rahita. You can't, because the very next line says sat asadapi nasti. Right? When you say tattva bhavaha, bhava, you refer to that nasato vidyate bhavaha, it's similar bhavaha, right? So here, what is that bhava, the existence? Aham still we have not reached that aham asmi, right? Asti.
So yeah, Shankara is not going to say aham asmi at all. He's not going to use the word asmi ever. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to say that. Atma prakashanaya purum asti upalabhyavataha ti etat. So he's not going to ever say asmi. So it is some commentators say that from asti to asmi, and it comes in other Upanishads also. And Bhagavad Gita, I'm not sure now. That's how we understand this as asmi.
So how do we understand tasya bhavaha? Means atmasya bhavaha.
Atmanaha bhavaha.
So sorry, atmanaha bhavaha.
Right. So yeah, the true nature of Atma. Tattva bhavaha. Because tattva bhavaha is a word used in the Moolam. Tattvasya bhavaha. Tattvasya bhavaha. Atmanaha bhavaha. Brahmanaha bhavaha. Brahma bhavaha. Atma bhavaha. Means what? The true nature of Atma.
But that tattvasya is only, that has got only one. No, that also has got double ta. Tattvasya bhavaha. Tattvasya.
Double ta is there wherever it is there. Tattva has double. So let's give up the grammar for a second. Tattva bhavaha. Tattva means truth. Bhavaha is nature. The nature of the truth.
What we learned before, like Pratyagatma Bhutam and all that.
Nature of the truth. Here asti, Brahma asti. So nature of Brahma. Brahma bhava.
Is it referring to that, like all pervasiveness, all that we learned before?
So he's saying that no words can define Brahma.
That is next line.
That is
Asats.
the next line. Correct. Correct. The first line and second line are almost identical. Almost identical. Right? So first line says asti iti, then tattva bhavena cha. Okay. Sopadika Brahma and Nirupadika Brahma are there. Two things are there. Then in the process, the sequence is given in the second line. Sequence, order. First asti, then only asmi.
Okay.
First sopadikam, then only nirupadikam.
Okay.
First sagunam Brahma, then only nirgunam Brahma.
So from asti to asmi, the aham is given up.
Aham is given up means what?
You own up your atma, then obviously aham is also falls under tattva bhava only, no?
So the idea, a finite idea of aham has to be given up. Right.
So basically, there is a leap from Jagat Karanam to you cannot call him as Jagat Karana.
Correct. Leap from Jagat Karanam to Karana Karya Vilakshanam Brahma.
It's actually a big leap.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, it's a leap, all right. If you keep saying it is big, then you won't be able to leap. So it's a leap, okay. It's just like we've been leaping constantly. So this is another leap.
Paradigm change.
Yeah, Ramoji, go ahead.
But, in fact, when you say sannyasa, we have to write in English with double N, in fact.
Double?
Double N.
Okay, double N, correct.
We write only usually with one N.
See, I write with two nakaras, sannyasa. Sannyasa. Always I do that.
No, English, when we translate it, when you translate, that's my point.
Yeah, in Sanskrit there are two nakaras. So in English also there must be two N's.
Yeah, but usually everyone translates with one N only. That's my point.
Okay, I see. I see.
So Guruji, how do you write with two nas? Sannyasa, can you, like two adhanas?
No, correct. One na is there. Then another na is there. And then yakara.
One half na with another na.
Wait. Yeah, sakaraha, akaraha, nakaraha, nakaraha, yakara.
Wow, I've never seen it. I've never seen.
So you tell me what you've seen.
I've seen what everybody was talking with the Anuswara
and then
a Nakara and Yakara, Akara.
Correct. That is also okay. There is an optional form. So that Anuswara is replaced by Nakar, optionally. So look up that rule. There must be a Panini Sutra which says that. If I find out, I'll let you. The same thing. It is should be identical. People may tend to say samnyasaha, etc. I don't think that pronunciation is right. Samnyasaha. Because it's Anuswara. Because it is Anunasika, the pronunciation will be identical. Let's think about it.
Yaronunasike anunasiko vava sutram.
Anunasike anunasiko va.
Anunasika sandhi. That is the Anunasika sandhi sutram.
So it becomes Anunasike pare. So nakare pare. Anunasika va. Okay. So that's what it is. Va. That va is what? Optional.
Option.
Optional. That's why Swapna is saying that.
Vikalpa.
Vikalpe. यदा पदान्ते स्थितेभ्यः वर्गीयव्यञ्जनेभ्यः अनुनासिकीयव्यञ्जनानि पराणि भवन्ति तदा तेषां वर्गीयव्यञ्जनानां स्थाने तत् तत् तद्वर्गीयपञ्चमवर्णः अनुनासिकः विकल्पेन आदेशः भवति.
Okay, that's fine. That's it.
संहितायाः विवक्षायामपि.
See what that does is, what you just now said is, pa pa ba ba ma. Yeah. Tat nasti. Suppose I say tat nasti. Tat nasti. Tat nasti. That is not there. How will it work out?
तन्नास्ति.
Tat
तन्नास्ति.
Tannasti. Double nakara. The ta will become, the second ta will become nakara. So ta will become what? You just said vargiya anunasika vyanjanam bhavati. The na. Why na? Because it's followed by a na. The ta will also join and become another na. So that is the sutra that you just said. And then, but va is coming nasti. So maybe he says tat nasti also. Okay. Optional it is. No?
Up plus mayam, ammayam, it becomes up plus mayam, ammayam. षट्मासाः, षण्मासाः. षड्माsaha.
So it is optional. It looks like
Optional.
Even though popularly we see that tannasti, shanmasaha, etc. Looks like it's an optional. Yeah. Good. Any other question? Hariji, go ahead, please.
Hari Om. Guruji, it is a bit confusing, one thing. When you say the true nature of Atma, you always taught us that Atma doesn't have any nature. That is why you have been explaining us with the word asti. So when you say true nature, what exactly does it mean? I'm trying to.
The word nature cannot be understood literally because it has no nature.
Yeah.
Because nirgunam. Nature the word nature expects some kind of gunam, some kind of definition. If you say nature, that's okay. That's a limitation of language. That's a limitation of language. The swarupa of Atma. We use Sanskrit words for that. Swarupa. Swarupa is a very important word. Swarupa and all, we translate nature and all. What to do? In English, these limitations we have. But in Sanskrit, if we say, we can't make a mistake. Swarupa. Atma Swarupaha. Tattva Bhavaha. Bhavati iti Bhavaha. So, it will come down to existence. Finally.
Yeah, that is asti. So
nature. They give up all these English words. You better learn Sanskrit. Let's both of us talk in Sanskrit, okay? I'm not talking in Sanskrit because, of course, it requires some expertise to talk. But if I talk, everybody, half the class, already there are only 10 people. So I need to have a few people in my class. Otherwise, I can't teach.
I also would like to quit. No, if you start teaching only in Sanskrit, I also will have to quit.
People are
make an effort to learn Sanskrit. That should be that.
No, it is, the because we have been taking the class, particularly giving the impetus on the word asti or the concept asti, suddenly when we say the true nature, then I was always saying asti is the true nature.
How will you
Astitvam.
conceptualize? How will you conceptualize asti? If you say I conceptualize,
It is beyond concept, there you can't.
then if it's beyond concept, why? What is the use of the word asti then?
So,
Beyond concept, then what is the use of the word asti?
Yeah, but it is everything.
I don't know. You just said it is beyond concept. Then you are saying
Yeah.
it is. You just said it is beyond concept. Then you said asti.
No, that itself, I don't know, anirvajaniyam, or you can't define.
Therefore, if you can't conceptualize asti, really speaking, that's what he's saying. Don't try to conceptualize.
Not exactly conceptualize. I can't put it. I don't find words. I am not able to express.
Got it. Hariji, got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Meera Narayan.
Guruji, I was just trying to understand when Ramana Maharshi is saying, who am I? He's talking about the asti part of it, because asmi anyways, it is where it is vilakshana, right? So asti, when he says, just try to inquire who am I. So now the example what you quoted in class, which I liked very much, like the teacher, when students leave, the teacher doesn't exist. Similarly, if we take body as adhyaropa, then no other, it's always with reference to something else. Adhyaropa is with respect to something else. So no other bodies, because you exist, other bodies exist, right? Something like that. Similarly, mind, if you say your mind exists, you created, so other things are there. Is that the right understanding?
Yeah, that's one part of the understanding. Suppose I say, this is a pot, it's red in color. Suppose I say, just like brown, whatever, some color is there. Red color, let's say. Red color is absolutely meaningless unless you know many other colors. You have to know a lot of colors. Only then you can appreciate red color. Otherwise, color has no meaning. So understanding red color depends on your understanding of yellow color, blue color, black color, white color, and so on. It's all dependent. Everything is dependent on each other. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even for example, hearing a song, I just heard a peacock. If I say,
It's all with respect to some other sound.
it's a lot of adhyaropa. Lot of adhyaropa is involved in that. Peacock is an adhyaropa. Then a particular sound is there. Sound really is there is no such thing called sound. If you analyze the sound, it's just a series of vibrations. And those set of vibrations, I'm calling it as peacock sound. Okay, I'm giving it a name. Really speaking, there is no such thing. Sound itself is mithya. Mithya. There's no object called sound. And sound itself doesn't exist without ear. Think about it. Sound is meaningless unless there is an organ to hear. Otherwise, the concept of sound, I told you the planet where they don't have the fifth sense organ. And if they don't have a fifth sense organ, you can't explain to them what sound is. The sound doesn't exist. Even though sounds are being made, it doesn't exist. And so the appreciation of sound depends on the existence of the organ of hearing. Both are connected to each other.
Probably it doesn't make a difference to them also if they don't hear.
So, yeah, it may not make a difference to them is a different point. But the point for us to understand is that everything depends on something else for its existence.
Hmm.
That highlights the mithyatvam of everything. So, like parents, daughter, mother, daughter, father, son, etc. All these are highly dependent on each other. Fatherness depends on motherness, which depends on daughterness, and who depends on parentness. All dependent. Every word is related to everything else. That's why everything will fall apart. Once you understand Atma, everything falls. That which does not depend on anything else is what we are trying to understand, which is who am I? Answer to the question, who am I?
Correct.
This is what the Sangha,
So
dependence.
basically,
Sangha,
sorry, yeah.
Hemaji?
no. Yesterday in the class I asked Sangha. Sangha means, there you said dependence. So that the same dependence you are saying. Some context I asked.
Okay, that's a little different. That Sangha is different. The Sangha is attachment to objects and all that is a little different. Here we are telling that all the words we use itself, understanding one word depends on understanding some other word.
That is, it can also be called as borrowed existence, intrinsic and borrowed, dependent.
Yeah, yes, that's correct.
Relative. Basically, it's very relative.
It's all related.
Yeah.
Related.
It's all relative.
That is why they say the famous example of Janaka.
Hmm.
In sleep, the king is not a king and a beggar is not a beggar.
Hmm.
Because all the relative ideas just die down completely. In deep sleep. That's why deep sleep is a good data point to appreciate all this. It's not there. Nothing is there. Father is no longer father. Mother is no longer mother. Son is no longer son. Daughter is no longer son. Daughter. Everything happens only when everything has to come together. It has to come. Father and mother has to be there, and daughter must be there. Only then the relationship words make sense. Everything depends on everything else. Objects are like that. Relationships are like that. Everything is. It's very easy to understand. Once you get it, that's it. Then that is Vyavaharika Satyam. That's why Vyavahar. It is useful for Vyavahar. My daughter is going to come at 6 o'clock, so I won't be able to join you. Okay, understood. Perfect. Well communicated. But it's all related. Everything's related. So when you start questioning it, then everything starts falling like a pack of cards. Yeah. Yeah, am I correct?
So Guruji, there was talking of sound, there was I was hearing Swami Paramarthananda the other day. He said if sound did not exist, the entire world of schools, colleges, universities doesn't exist. It is no longer required.
Oh, if sound did not exist.
If sound did not exist, there is no question of reading a book because book is a written form of a sound only. So that means you can't read or understand anybody else's experience. Everything you have to experience yourself only.
Right.
If sound didn't exist, the whole thing changes.
Then Shravanam is meaningless.
And you can't communicate. I can't learn from anybody. I have to experience everything myself.
There is a Mukaswadanam, like a dumb man trying to explain a taste. Some Mukaswadanam. Somewhere I've read that. I don't know, some bits and pieces of memory from somewhere. Something is stored, something comes out. I don't know the correct it's of context is right, but
Good. So, okay, sannyasa. Or we put anuswar also. That also may be. Samnyasam. Good. We'll pause with that. We'll meet.
Take a quick understanding. So basically 12th and 13th combines that. So we actually made by removing all these upadhis. So basically you say that it's the cause, right? I mean, we actually went back all the way. So existence has been proved in the 12th mantra, and that itself has been taken out in the 13th mantra. Is that understanding? Like the cause has been taken out, so which means finally you say it is you. That's the Atma, the Tattva Atma, what it finally says.
Yeah. Right. In the 12th, yeah, Astitvam must be granted. That's what he's saying. Bauddha Mata is not acceptable. That's what he's saying. Then once Astitvam is granted, only then you can come to Asmitvam. That's what he's saying. Yeah. So existence.
So the nature of the Atma in two ways. The first
existence of cause versus just existence.
Yeah.
Existence as a cause versus existence, neither cause nor effect.
No.
Which is what he asked, no? Nachiketa asked the question, did he?
Yeah.
Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat, anyatra smat krita, kritat, kritat. It is the same thing here. Kritat. Neither cause nor effect. Tell me, teach me that. So Yama can't talk about cause of the world. You can only talk about what is not the cause of the world.
Yeah.
Krita, kritat. Anyatra. Interesting.
The first question was Shobhava, Asti iti eke naim asti iti. That also is referring to the same.
There, what about that? Astiti nayam astiti chaike. Okay.
Some say it's
So there, it's talking also about the Ganta Atma. That is moving from one body to another body, etc. Does it really move? Is there something like that? He's asking. Next birth and all is there, they talk about. Some people say there's no next birth. So that way also you can understand it. I think Shankara explains it that way also there. And it can be stretched to Atma itself. Atma asti, Atma nasti. Yeah. Then 1 to, what is it, 14 or something, if I remember right. Yeah, 1 to 14. Anitra Dharma. Good. We'll pause with that. Thank you. So this Anvaya and all, how are you covering that, Meera?
In the class we are doing, Guruji, because I was traveling, I have to just put few more mantras into it. That's all.
Yeah.
I've been sharing. It's there in the link. So I've shared the link with people so that they can access. And as and when I am putting it into the document, they are able to access it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be useful to email the new ones that you're adding.
Okay.
That way, that email comes and it serves as a reminder to people.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः.